in your midst. And to give you a heads up on what I'm going to talk about, let me give you a brief introduction about myself and the organization. So my name is Naisi Binu, and I'm the director for Santa Monica Study Abroad. In case you're wondering what this organization is all about, Santa Monica Study Abroad is an overseas education consultancy, which was established way back in 2002. We have more than 20 years of experience and expertise in facilitating higher educational opportunities across 30 plus destinations in the world, which includes all those popular evergreen study destinations and the immigrant-friendly study destinations, which have lately become very, very popular. That brings us here. So for the past few years, we've been quite, I would say, aggressively expanding our operations and presence here to make it convenient for all our precious clients. 30% of our clientele is been from Middle East, but now we realize there is such a huge interest and appetite for students to take up studies abroad. It's become such a global phenomenon and trend at this point in time that I think every parent has its dream and aspiration to send their child for higher studies in a high quality education destination. So that brings me here to Bahrain. So regarding the organization, we are highly respected and by not just the respective high commissions, we are also highly recognized by various national governments for the work that we've been doing. And I must say, my journey as an education consultant for the past 20 years, it's been immensely gratifying, and I'm really proud to say that we've been doing a wonderful work. And it's a company that grew organically for the past 20 years. So very, very happy and proud to be here in your midst. My intention is to give you some insights and help you to have a perspective about some of the prestigious, evergreen, and popular study destinations that are increasingly being opted by students after their 12th. Right after their 12th, the number of students proceeding for undergraduate studies have increased. Okay, so let's get started without much ado. Let me begin by giving you an understanding of the pros and cons. So let's explore the pros and cons of each destination. So to start with, I would like to start with the evergreen study destinations, which is UK and United States of America. So now talking about UK, it is a country which has been catering to international students for a very, very long time. They started catering to international students back in the 11th century, and that was when Oxford University was established. And then in the 14th century, Cambridge University was established. US, they started in the 16th century when Harvard was established. So both these destinations, UK and US, they have a longer legacy in catering to international students from across the globe. And it continues to attract students from across the globe for higher education. Few common things about UK and US. If you look at the global ranking of UK and US universities, a good percentage of the top ranked universities, be it the top 10 or the top 100 or top 200, if you look at a good percentage of universities that feature in the top 100 and top 200 are from the United States and United Kingdom. And they have the highest number of research-intensive university in terms of producing Nobel laureates. US is #1 when it comes to producing the highest number of Nobel laureates, followed by UK, which is in the second position when it comes to producing Nobel laureates. So that is a kind of reputation and distinction they've made in the field of education, and it continues to attract students for all kinds of programs. Another interesting aspect of American education and British education, when it comes to range and diversity of programs, be it on a bachelor's level, be it on a master's level, be it on a PhD or postdoctoral level, when it comes to range and diversity of programs, I don't think any other destination can compete or be in par with these destinations. And an opportunity for students to study with internships, scholarships. These are two countries which they continue to stay competitive when it comes to, when you compare it with any other destination in the world. So range of programs, diversity of programs makes these destinations very, very popular and also continue to attract students no matter what happens, no matter whether the... Now, just to explain why these destinations are known as evergreen destinations. So over the last 20 years, what I've seen, no matter what the policies are, no matter what the political setup of that country is, these two countries, they continue to attract students, even if the policies are not favorable for international students in the form of post-study work opportunities or permanent residency opportunities. Even if these policies have not been favorable, on and off, we have seen these highs and lows for these countries. But despite all this, as an education destination, irrespective of whether these countries offer stay back, they continue to attract students. So that's something that sets UK and US apart when you compare it with all the other destinations. Destinations that continue to attract, irrespective of how the political situation is, irrespective of how the policies are, whether they have favorable policies to attract more students in the way of stay back, they continue as evergreen destinations. Now, regarding UK, if you're keen to know about the cons, the flip side of any country, it's not enough that I only talk about the positives. The idea is to give you a perspective wherein we have to explore both the positives and negative. So when it comes to talking about the positive aspects of UK, it works out relatively affordable for many parents because a bachelor's program, especially when it comes to undergraduate studies, they have 3 years programs. When you compare it with the North American education like US and Canada, the bachelor's program is 4 years duration, wherein you end up paying more. So that makes undergraduate studies in UK more popular compared to the US. Though US has its share of students going for bachelor's programs, UK, because of its relative affordability, continues to attract. There is more traction for undergraduate studies to UK and more traction for master's education in the US. Though there is a percentage of parents and students who are very, very specific, US is my first choice. So we come across that trend as well, but then a major chunk for undergraduate, the preferred destination is UK. And another interesting thing about UK when it comes to the bachelor's program, they're quite popular for offering sandwich bachelor's programs. That is, following the first 2 years of studies, for the bachelor's, students have the opportunity of doing an internship for a year, which is facilitated by the university. And these are paid internships. Many a times, students end up earning enough money for their 4th year tuition through this 3rd year internship, which is facilitated by the university. So that makes the bachelor's in UK very popular, the assured sandwich bachelor's, wherein the student gets an opportunity to do an internship in the 3rd year. So the sandwich bachelor's concept makes the bachelor's in UK very popular. Again, students have the opportunity of doing part-time jobs alongside their studies to supplement their living expenses. Say for 20 hours per week, they're legally allowed to take up part-time jobs. It can be both on campus and off campus. There's no restriction that way. So it helps many a times, and during the vacations, 3 to 4 months, say Christmas vacation and Easter vacation put together, they get to enjoy 4 months vacation, during which they're legally allowed to work full-time and earn enough money to even, they can even set aside some amount of money to pay part of their fees in the subsequent years. So they get to, all that makes UK very affordable. Opportunity to earn alongside their studies, earn more money during the 4 months vacation, all that makes UK quite attractive as a study destination. The relative affordability makes UK very, very popular. Again, there are prestigious universities like Oxford, and there are students and parents who have this dream of sending their child to Oxford or Cambridge or Imperial College London or University College London or London School of Economics. These are the most selective universities with a lower acceptance rate. And talking about that, when it comes to, for all the parents who are seated here, if you're very aspirational, and if your child is aspirational, if you're very particular about putting your child in one of these top-notch universities, they say the ones that feature in top 10 or top 20 in the world ranking, like the Ivy Leagues of US. So Imperial College, University College London, Oxford, Cambridge, London School of Economics. These are in par with the Ivy Leagues and highly selective schools. It is very, very important that you start building the profile for your child right from 8th standard. It has to start quite early on. Because many a times we come across parents who approach us when the child is in the 11th or 12th. By then it's too late for the child to build his profile, which aligns with the highly selective requirements of these top-notch universities. And it is very important, if you have this dream of wanting your child to study in Oxford or Cambridge or the Ivy Leagues of US like Harvard or Columbia or Dartmouth or Brown, if you really want your child, please make sure the child is guided and mentored right from his 8th standard. It has to start early on. You have to start building the profile. Inspire the child with the goal that if you want to make it to these universities, you have to show consistency and persistence in achieving your goals. And that 5 years track record is crucial in determining their chances of being selected by a top-notch university. This is pretty much the case with top-notch universities across the globe, which are especially the highly selective universities. The student has to start building the profile quite early on. And they look at the profile holistically. They have to demonstrate leadership. They have to demonstrate their capability to ace exams, their capability to consistently and persistently, or with determination, work towards that goal, a particular goal. So no matter what your child is skilled in or what your child's strength is, they should be able to demonstrate that through these competitions. Competitions like these are ways for you, these kind of certifications, when your child participates in the competition and when they fare well, all these are going to help you to build the profile of your child. So that's very, very, very important for parents to realize. Most of the time, a good majority of the parents who come to us with the dream of sending their child to Oxford and Harvard and Stanford, they come to us, or Massachusetts Institute of Technology, they come to us, at a very later stage wherein it's too late to build the profile. Okay, so just continuing with UK. And yes, as per the prevailing policy, students are allowed to stay back for 2 years. They get ample opportunity to build their profile, gain valuable international work experience working in the UK, look for suitable opportunities before they come back. So that is an added advantage because the government is giving them 2 years post-study work right, during which they can work till they find a job related to their field of study. So that's how the prevailing policies are. And umpteen number of courses, a lot of specialized bachelors, opportunities for them to do double majors. Say they can do a bachelor's in psychology combined with a bachelor's in engineering, can be a totally unrelated field. So these kind of opportunities also exist. And again, alongside their bachelor's, they even enjoy the opportunity of studying a semester abroad. Say a child who's studying in UK. The university might have partnership with many other universities in the US or Europe, where they can look at doing at least a semester in US or many of these European countries like Germany or Netherlands or one of the Scandinavian countries. So study abroad opportunities are also embedded apart from the internship, 1-year internship opportunity within this bachelor's program. So that makes it quite an enriching experience and exposure for the student by way of policy, by the way of course content, the way the curriculum has been designed with these kind of enriching experiences, and a lot of experiential learning opportunities are also embedded into the course. So that is quickly about UK. Now talking about US, if I'm to give you a comparison, yes, if there are 30 odd public universities in US has more than 4,470 universities. So it's a larger portfolio of universities and courses and different types of universities. You have private universities, you have state universities which are relatively affordable, you have the Ivy Leagues, you have the public Ivies. So we have to set the aspiration again quite early on, which is my dream university. And you have to work towards your dream. So when it comes to putting your application for an American university, you have to 20% of your application has to go to Dream University, 40% of your application has to go to target universities, where you stand only 50% chance of getting an acceptance. And another 20% has to go to safety universities where you have a higher chance of getting an acceptance. So that's how the university selection. And shortlisting the university is, again, it plays a crucial role in determining whether the student would get a visa to US. So shortlisting the university, that is one of the frequently asked questions by immigration officers. So what are the universities that you picked? How many admits did you receive? How many I-20s did you receive? They're just trying to gauge how genuine your intent is, whether you've set your, in your shortlisting, whether you've set your aspiration for getting into dream universities, because it gives them an understanding that you're a genuine student with a genuine intent of getting into one of those dream universities. And again, they have these need-blind admission policies. There are many top-notch universities that have these need-blind admission policy. So even, see, US universities, when you compare it with UK, it would definitely be quite expensive. It's quite pricey. Okay, however, there are financial aids available. There are there are many universities, top-notch universities, including the Ivy Leagues, where all that matters is whether you get an acceptance. But getting an acceptance will not be easy. Say if Oxford has 25% acceptance rate and Cambridge has 36% acceptance rate. If you look at the Ivy Leagues of US, barring Cornell it's 10% acceptance rate. But when you look at Columbia and the University of Pennsylvania, if you look at Columbia, if you look at Harvard, if you look at the acceptance rate, it is 3 to 4% of the students who apply who get accepted. So the acceptance rate is relatively lower with the Ivy Leagues of US when you compare it with, whereas when you look at even London School of Economics or Imperial College London or University College London, it's 42% acceptance rate. So US universities are even more selective. It's very expensive. It's 4 years degree. That is why the bulk of the students even parents prefer to send their children for undergraduate studies to UK and then send them for masters to US. So US is definitely expensive with a lot of scholarships and financial aid that you can look forward to. There are many top-notch universities with need-blind. They don't look at your financial capability. All that matters is your profile. And if you have that stuff in you, if your profile is brilliant, if it is outstanding, if it is exceptionally good, you could get an acceptance and they will help you with a financial aid. Okay, there are universities that provide 100% financial aid, which would include your tuition and living. There are universities that provides partial financial aid, say maybe 50% or 70%, depending on the student's financial capability. Okay, now, both these countries, now looking at the flip side, if I'm to talk about the flip side of both UK and US. In the case of UK, if the intention is not merely to acquire a bachelor's, but if you're very particular about getting employed in the UK, please bear in mind your opportunities of converting to a work visa in UK is high if you're going for a science, technology, engineering, or mathematics-related courses. Say if you're going for a healthcare course or a social work, social care, healthcare, or teaching, there is a huge requirement for teachers there. So if you're going for one of those courses that would qualify you to become a teacher or a social worker or any of the healthcare professions like occupational therapy, speech therapy, dentistry, medicine, nursing. Nursing is a very popular choice. Okay, kind of a short job. Students are not required to generally wait when they go for nursing courses anywhere across these developed countries. So that continues to be very, very popular. So these kind of courses and tech courses like engineering, computer sciences, natural sciences, applied sciences. So these are the areas where the courses are aligning with the shortage occupation list of the country, where your chances of seeking an employment is high, and it becomes easier for you to convert into a work permit. Whereas if you go for just business and management programs, not that you will not get a job, but the job market is going to be extremely competitive, and converting to a work permit may not be easy. So if you are really concerned about choosing a destination which has better scope in terms of employment or future employment following your studies, this is something for you to bear in mind. Opportunities tend to be high, and your chances of converting into a work permit would be higher in the case of UK if you're going for science, technology, engineering, mathematics, health, and social care related courses, or teaching courses. Okay, so just that is the only flip side I can think about. Now, another thing, there are, again, the types of universities. There are prestigious Russell Group, there are 24 of them. A lot of mid-ranked universities. and a lot of around 70 odd modern universities are there. So modern universities, the fee is somewhere between 13, I wouldn't know the conversion, but I can say in Indian money, or maybe pounds, if you are familiar with that, it'll be around 13,000 to 16,000 pounds. If calculation in INR would be around 15, 16 lakhs, if it's a modern university. Again, if the student gets a scholarship, it'll come down to 13 INR, 13 lakhs or 13,000 pounds. So it's quite affordable in the modern universities, but lately you might find modern universities are getting overweighted with students from a lot of developing countries. So if you're very particular about choosing a British university which is not overweighted with a particular nationality, or if you're very particular about choosing a British university which has a good international student diversity, which I think is very important for your child, it's very important that you start focusing on the Russell Group universities and the mid-ranked universities rather than going for the highly affordable ones. So when it comes to the highly affordable modern universities, around 70 of them, good many of them, you might find that, those destinations are overweighted with student populations from many of the developing countries, including India. So if that is not the experience that your child wants, it's very important you bear in mind that you choose top-ranked universities. And when it comes to ranking, many a times I've seen parents and students committing this mistake of looking at the overall ranking of the university, which does not help the student, because a university could be ranked highly for their research and archaeology. And if you're wanting to do psychology or engineering, it is not going to help. So please make sure, any country for that matter, when you do your research, you go for the course ranking and the location. Both are equally important. Okay. Because sometimes students are very particular, they're very fixated about being in a very lively, vibrant location. It should not happen that you regret being in a place which is quieter, or maybe a small town, and maybe your opportunities to take up a part-time job could be limited. So make sure you do adequate research about the location, and the course ranking is more important. Another thing, never get carried away by the title of the course. So the same course would be offered by many universities. But apart from the course ranking, very, very important that you do a comparison of the course content, because every university enjoys the autonomy to design and deliver the courses the way they like. For some universities, they might have some industry mentoring element into it, or an industry project embedded in it. So it's very important that you look at, or maybe there are some additional accreditations embedded into the course. So it's very, very important that you compare the course content, look at all these value-added aspects of the university of doing the course in that particular university. So please do not go merely by course ranking. It's very important you deep dive, compare the course content, compare the manner in which it is delivered. Again, some kids are very good when it comes to acing the exam, but some kids, they do well when it is highly assignment-based. So there are universities where the course is delivered in an assignment model. It's predominantly assignment-based, less of exams. There would be universities where the courses have a higher percentage of exams and less percentage of assignments. So all these, the way they deliver the course, that is again, the mode of assessment is something that you have to look into. That again would vary from university to university. Okay. Now moving on with regard to United States of America, which again is overall quality of education. If you look at, they continue to stay in the #1 position among the 195 countries in the world. Okay, so they've always, when it comes to courses related to futuristic technologies, so be it all those futuristic technologies, be it technological innovations, US is a leader. So if your child is very aspirational, wanting to, be at the top of things, especially when it comes to being in the forefront in the area of technology, US is one of the best destinations when it comes to, not that these kind of things are not happening in other countries, but they continue to be a leader. Okay, they are a leader because they are on the forefront of innovation. So if that is what your child wants, yes, US is something to be looked into. Innovation in every area of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, be it natural sciences, applied sciences, technology courses, high tech, all those courses, computer science, IT, they are a leader and they continue to be a leader. Okay. Now, the beauty of American education from a education consultant perspective, if you ask me what is it that I love about the American education, I love the flexibility with which they've designed the courses. Students have the option, say if they choose a bachelor's. Now this you may not find in UK, Australia, New Zealand, all these other destinations. Right from the beginning, you have to decide in which area you want to do your major in. But in the case of US, they give you that luxury of time. They give you the opportunity to try and test and dabble in a variety of subjects for the first 2 years and then decide for yourself in which discipline you wish to major in. So you get 2 years of time to decide. So you don't have to declare your major when you start your engineering course. Maybe you can declare it as computer science. Okay, even if you declare your major, after going there, when you take up the papers in computer science, and if you realize that it's not as exciting or interesting as I had imagined, and this is not how I want to take my degree forward, you have the option, you have the flexibility to drop it. In lieu of it, you can take other papers, and you don't lose money for it. So many a time students change their majors after going there. And only by the end of the second year, they give you 2 years' time to decide how you want to take your major. How you want to take your major forward. They give you 2 years' time. So this is something which I feel as from the perspective of an education consultant, because many a times I feel a 17, 18-year-old who comes to us, 70 to 80% of them, they're quite undecided, they're quite confused. They themselves do not know what is good for them. What is it that would keep them happy? What are they? Many a times their decisions are driven by some kind of fancy understanding that they would have developed from their peers or from the ecosystem they grew up in. So what I love about the American system is that flexibility that their system offers for the child to discover what he enjoys, what is it that keeps him motivated, what subject would sustain his interest and passion for a long time. They get to try, test for themselves, and then decide, okay, this is how I want to. So you might be surprised, sometimes a student who enrolls for psychology, he might decide after 2 years that I want to do a bachelor's in filmmaking or graphic design. He might change his mind. Okay, but at least they have a system which allows the child to understand his niche and then take the plunge. Because in all the other systems, kids being confused, they end up taking the plunge, and halfway through they realize, oh my God, it wasn't the right decision. I shouldn't have taken this major. I should have gone for that. And they change their major for masters. Okay, so that is unlikely to happen in the American system. So something that I've always loved and respected about, they kind of do justice to the individual. Okay, the child's individuality is highly respected. So you get to customize your degree based on your individual passion. So that's something that sets the American system apart. In a smaller scale, you would find it in Canada as well, because North American education system is designed and delivered in that manner. However, the scale is much larger when it comes to US, when it comes to choosing the papers, picking any university in US that you end up choosing. Say, you can do double majors, you can do your major, you say, could be a case where you have a liking for mechanical engineering, but at the same time you have a deep passion for history or psychology. You can do a major in both history and engineering. Or in case you're not very particular about doing a full major in history, you also have the option of doing a minor in history or minor in filmmaking or minor. So the range of program offerings, if you look at the scale, is much larger in the case of US. It's like a large buffet. Okay, so one reason why they are number one in the world is probably the fact that they're quite invested in helping the student to explore a variety of study options while they're undertaking their bachelor's. So it could be even music. There are students who do bachelor's in engineering. They do their major in engineering and music because of their passion for music. Or they do their major in engineering and do a minor in music or filmmaking or graphic design or any random course for which they have a deep interest or passion. So you get to customize it as per the individual's interest. So that's something that sets the American system apart. Moving forward, so these are the two evergreen destinations. In order to avail scholarships, in order to get into top-notch universities, please, it's very important that you start taking the consultation right from the 8th standard and start building the child's profile if you're very aspirational, wanting a child to get into the top universities. And again, when it comes to starting the admission process, It's very important. You have to put in your application almost a year ahead. Say for September 2025, you have to start working on your application by September 2024. You have to start working on your essays. If it's American universities, your personal statement, your essays are very important. It cannot be an artificial intelligence generated essay, which is a big no to all these highly selective schools. Okay, it has to be very real. It has to be unique. So the child needs a lot of mentoring when it comes to crafting a unique essay, a unique statement of purpose. So these are areas where you have to start latest by September, so that most of the deadlines would be in October or December or Jan for all these top-notch universities. Again, your possibilities of getting a higher scholarship would be high if you're applying quite early on. So at least a year ahead, you have to start working on your essays. You have to drop your application as early as October, November, because December or Jan could be the deadline in the case of UK. For US, again, if it's the Ivy Leagues, it has to be before at least October, November. Before December, before Christmas break, you have to lodge your application. And even the public Ivies, it would be as early as Jan. Okay, so early lodgement of application is crucial when it comes to getting good scholarships and standing a chance of getting accepted in a highly selective schools. Okay. So that is it quickly regarding UK and US. Now I would like to talk about some of the popular study destinations. In the last 15, 20 years, destinations like Canada, Australia, New Zealand has been very, very popular, especially among students from developing countries whose intention is not merely to acquire a qualification or pursue education in a high quality study destination, but if they're looking for some further incentives like opportunity to settle down, seek employment opportunities, settle down, then Canada, Australia, New Zealand, these are 3 English-speaking countries which are, I would say, very welcoming, accepting, and immigrant-friendly destinations. These are destinations which became popular because of the immigrant-friendly policies. See, if US and UK, they are popular and they are sought after because of the reputation they built for the purpose of education. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, these are destinations that became popular over the years, especially in the last 15, 20 years, because of their favorable immigration policies. So they continue to attract people from all over the world whose intention is to leave their country and settle in a country where the quality of life is good, where the welfare policies are good, or the social security benefits are good. So highly sought after by students from developing countries, because they want to be in a place where they can enjoy all these social security benefits and welfare policies, which are very good in many of these, especially these developed countries. And interestingly, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, these are countries which are desperate for young skilled workforce, because a major percentage of their population, 60 to 70% of their population constitutes an elderly population. So the percentage of elderly population is so high that they desperately need young people, young skilled workforce to sustain their industries and sustain their economy. Okay, so that makes these destinations very, very attractive, because people from developing countries, they want to move to a developed country where the social security benefits are good. It's not enough. And the quality of education is also very high. Work-life balance is good. Welfare policies are good. Okay, so quality of life, quality of education, all these are in par with UK or US for that matter. Okay, so these destinations, say in the case of Canada, there has been some policy changes. Students who study in universities, they would be entitled for 3 years stay back. Continues to be a very welcoming country. Now, for students who are looking at applied education like diploma programs, there has been a recent change which they've announced. Very recent. You can only choose programs which are aligning with the shortage occupation list of the country. You cannot go for any random business or management program. Only if the program is aligning with the shortage occupation list, you would be eligible for the 3 year stay back. But if you're going for a bachelor's or master's, it doesn't matter. You would be eligible for a 3 year stay back. But the bachelor's program is 4 years. It's North American education, the degree is 4 years. In the case of Australia and New Zealand, the degree program is 3 years generally. Except for a few niche areas, niche programs like healthcare or medicine, it is 3 years. Okay. In the case of Australia, again, students get to enjoy 2 to 4 years of stay back after their studies, depending on the region. Certain regional areas, the government allows them to stay back, gives them a longer stay back period of 3 years and 4 years after the bachelor's. Otherwise, it is 2 years for a bachelor's program and 3 years for a master's program. Okay, again, very welcoming, high quality life is what students have always been seeking in a destination like Australia. Another destination is, again, a very beautiful country which has been ranked always very highly for safety aspects. That is New Zealand. It's a relatively a smaller economy, but like Bahrain, it's an island country, so I'm sure that it resonates with people from islands. Very peaceful, very beautiful, one of the least corrupt countries, very good social security policies or welfare policies. In every respect, it's a very beautiful place. It's also seen as a gateway to Australia. People go there, spend some time, get their PR sorted, and it's always been a trend for them to move to a larger economy like Australia. So it's quite smaller when it comes to economy, the size of economy when you compare with Australia. And when you look at the job market, it's quite smaller when you compare it with Australia, but still people love it because, especially for undergraduate studies, because it's very safe. So parents feel very comfortable. Safety is a matter of concern. Having said that, that's a very important point that I forgot to tell you about US. When you send your child for undergraduate studies, it is very important that you check the safety aspects, the crime rate of each state and city before you decide on a university. So that's something that you have to bear in mind when you're choosing US safety. Okay, that is the flip side of US. But there are cities, especially certain northern regions like Vermont and New Hampshire, there are places which are very safe, which are known for their safety. So it's very important that you factor in the safety elements, check the crime rate of that region when you are shortlisting a university for US, especially for undergraduate studies, very, very important. Okay, so when you compare the safety aspect, that is something that I don't like about the United States, though it's the largest economy and the largest job market, and the starting graduate salaries are very high in the US, no country can beat them. But safety is one thing that parents are always concerned, because child is always precious for every parent. Okay, so please make sure you look into those aspects as well. But New Zealand is absolutely safe, very welcoming, very accepting, very, very warm and hospitable people, like the people here in Bahrain. Okay, so it resonates with the way people in this island is. So it's something for you to look into, and very immigrant-friendly. Lately, that is in September 2023, they've introduced a very favorable immigration policy, making it easier and faster for people to get their PR sorted. So PR policies are quite straightforward and faster at the moment. It's been just few months since they introduced a much faster and favorable PR policy, making it easier for people to get their permanent residency sorted. Once you get your PR in New Zealand sorted, you can move to Australia on a working holiday visa, work there for 3 to 4 years, and then apply for permanent residency in Australia. So that's how most of the people have been doing. I mean, in case you want to move to Australia via New Zealand, so New Zealand has always been a gateway to Australia as well. But there are people who say we like the island country, we like the smaller island when you compare to, but you earn more, the dollar value is high. Now when it comes to the minimum wages, the second highest minimum wages in the world is Australia, and third highest is New Zealand. So these are countries where the wages are very high. So no matter what menial part-time job you take up, the wages you earn is very high, one of the highest in the world, Australia and New Zealand. Okay, of course, UK, Ireland, all these countries, Germany, they do feature in the top 10. But Australia and New Zealand is above some of the other popular destinations. Okay, so that is about these three immigrant-friendly country. Another country that I would like to talk to you about is, again, a very small country called Ireland. Ireland has, again, been very, very popular, especially in the last 2 years. It's become one of the hot and trending destinations. It's a powerhouse when it comes to jobs in the ICT sector, biomedical sector. So if your child is interested in that particular area, like IT, aircraft maintenance, biomedical engineering, pharmacy, they're very big. And again, they They're home to the headquarters of top 20 ICT and pharmaceutical giants and biomedical engineering, diagnostic device manufacturing companies, major ones, all the major ones in the world are headquartered. They have the Euro-Asia headquarters in Ireland. So they're quite big when it comes to these. I wouldn't say it's for anyone and everyone, but it's again one of the safe places. It's a very safe place. It's a country which is ranking very highly in the safety parameters. So I'm sure as parent, you would be concerned about sending your child to a very safe place. Ireland is something for you to look into. But ideal for students who are interested in aircraft maintenance, ICT, anything to do with computer science like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, IoT, or any of those futuristic fields, biomedical, even health and social care opportunities are very good in Ireland. So that's again a small country, but they give you just 1 year stay back. But if you go for programs related to their critical shortage occupation list like IT or accounting, your chances of getting an employment is pretty high. Okay, so, and a lot of American companies operating in Ireland, they are the largest beneficiary of American foreign direct investment. So many students end up with American companies, and from there they move to US. It's one country where you have the you have the pre-visa clearance. You can take a flight from Ireland and then land at the domestic airport in US. So the bilateral relation between US and Ireland has been very strong for many years. So it is also considered as a gateway to US in case you manage to get a job in a top-notch American company, because a lot of American companies operating in this country. It's also a very entrepreneurial country. This is one country, say if you have entrepreneurial plans and ideas, for the first they have a wonderful startup ecosystem. For the first 3 years, for a startup, they're exempted from paying the tax unless you hit a huge profit margin. So it's a country which attracts a lot of entrepreneurs. The students who go for bachelor's in entrepreneurship and business and set up their own ventures, because they get a lot of support that way. And it's also a country which has the lowest corporate tax in Europe. So that brings in a lot of multinational companies, a lot of startups, a lot of R&D companies, because the government gives a lot of tax credits, 25% tax credits to R&D companies. So the tax incentives, the tax regime is quite friendly and favorable for multinationals, R&D companies, and startups, making it a very popular choice and creating a lot of employment opportunities. But it's a young country with a major percentage of the population being young, but because of the employment opportunities, they continue to attract talents. Okay, so that is regarding Ireland. Now, there might be some of you who are in your 40s. So when it comes to New Zealand and Canada, no matter what your age is, even if you're 40 or 45, you can also look at migrating with your family if you are open to pursuing a master's program. So Canada and New Zealand, we have people in the age group of 42, 45, and 47 taking up a master's, a higher level master's program, and moving to these countries with family. So that option is there. So these are Australia, Canada, New Zealand. These are destinations where even a matured student who takes up a study, they can move in with their family, they can take their children get the benefit of free education in their schools there. So a lot of other benefits that follow. So these advantages, so these are family-friendly destinations. However, in the case of Australia, there is a restriction. If you're above 35, you will not be eligible for the post-study work right. So ideal for young couples, Australia, young couples, young families. Whereas matured families, say people who are in the age bracket of 42 and 45 and 47, Canada and New Zealand would be a favorable location in terms of acceptance, visa approvals, and possibilities for moving on and settling down in these countries. Now, that's it about some of the popular English-speaking countries. Now, apart from these English-speaking countries, I would need just another 15-20 minutes to give you a quick insight. There are non-English speaking countries which have been very popular. So Europe has been again quite trending in recent times. And among the non-English speaking countries, my favorite is Germany, because they have a favorable immigration policy too. Again, in the public universities of Germany, you get to study free of cost. But for a student who's looking at doing his undergraduate studies, bachelor's in German public universities, of course you can look at studying without any fees, but you have to rise up to the challenge of becoming proficient in German language. You have to learn, at least get a B2 level German language proficiency. You can do, there is something called, because we follow the 12th standard system in Germany, it is 13th grade. So in order to make our qualifications, the 12th standard qualification equivalent to the German 13th grade, there's something called Studienkolleg, which you have to do in a public university, for which again there is an entrance exam called Aufnahmeprüfer, for which is in German. You need B2 in order to, you need a B2 level in German language in order to sit that exam. You need high percentage of 90, 95. If you clear that, you can do your Studienkolleg without paying any fees and then move on to doing a bachelor's in German. Now, there are just a handful of public universities where they offer bachelor's in English language. However, you will have to look at investing some money for the Studienkolleg. Now, the good thing about Germany, 5 years of legal stay qualifies you to apply for citizenship, provided you achieve B2 level proficiency in German language. It's a #1 economy in Europe. There is a huge skill shortage in Germany. They require a lot of talent across all the sectors, but predominantly science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Again, a very accepting and welcoming country with favorable immigration policies, which was introduced just a few months back. So now 5 years. Previously, it used to be 8 years. Now they have fast-tracked 5 years of qualifies you if you're proficient in German language. If you have a B2, good to go. You can apply for. Even married students can take their families along. They're family-friendly as well. So Germany is, the last 1 year, we've been seeing a big trend towards Germany, especially from the region I am based, India especially. Across India, there is a huge wave now moving towards, Germany has become a hot trend now because of the opportunities to study without paying any fees. And there are a lot of public universities where even for master's program, without paying any fees, provided you have 60, 65, 70, 75%, you can look at studying. If your percentage is higher, you can get into some of the selective universities, top-notch ones. If not, there are University of Applied Sciences who would still accept you with a 60 or 65%. So yes, there's lots to look forward to in Germany because it's the most powerful economy in the whole of the continent of Europe. Followed by France. Not recommended for bachelor's programs unless you are proficient in French. So if you've learned French language, because bachelor's programs are generally taught in French language. Very rarely you would find among some, say I've seen business schools where they offer integrated masters, which includes bachelor's and masters, which are taught in English, because the bachelor's program does not even allow you to stay back in the country. You have to do a master's. So they offer integrated masters in 4 years, following which you could stay back in the country for 2 years. They generally allow students going for masters to stay back in the country for 2 years. But bachelor's programs, we find more takers for masters because there are more English taught master's programs and fewer programs taught in English on a bachelor's level. So unless you are comfortable with French or studying the entire course in French, France may not be an attractive destination for undergraduate studies. Again, there are plenty of scholarships that you can look forward to, like Grande École, all those prestigious ones. They offer good scholarship in their public universities. There are good scholarships that you can look at if you're okay to study in French. Okay. Furthermore, I would like to talk about Netherlands is a very popular study destination. Majority of our students for Netherlands are from Middle East. I have no idea why there has been so much of traction towards Netherlands from Middle East, but very popular, and they're relatively affordable. When you compare with UK, many of the university fees, some of the top-notch universities, relative affordability in Netherlands makes Netherlands quite an attractive choice, and a great international student diversity too. Okay, and people in Netherlands, 98% of the population in Netherlands speak fluent English. Okay, it's one of the most English proficient, non-English speaking European countries. So probably because of that and the international diversity that students get to enjoy makes Netherlands very popular, especially among the student fraternity here in Middle East. Okay. So that's again a popular destination. And then you have Scandinavian countries. I have a great, great respect for Scandinavia. Of course, the weather may not be a very comfortable aspect when it comes to Scandinavia, but when it comes to quality of education, when it comes to quality of life, when it comes to happiness index, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, they consistently feature in the top ranking among the 195 countries approved by United Nations. You would always find Finland, Norway, Sweden and Denmark featuring in the top 5 and top 8. Consistently, they've been maintaining in the happiness index, overall quality of life, be it overall quality of education, in many respects, they are a leader when it comes to these aspects. Work-life balance, environment conservation, sustainability. Scandinavians are crazy about sustainability, be it sustainable business practice, be it sustainable engineering, be it conservation of environment. They are a role model for the entire world. And fair democracy, great welfare policies, some of the best employee welfare policies. If you look at Scandinavia, is looked up by the entire world. Even US cannot match with Scandinavia when it comes to the welfare policies. So there are amazing opportunities for students. There are a lot of English taught programs offered in the universities of Norway, Finland, Sweden. The biggest economy in Scandinavia is Sweden. It is the largest job market and the largest economy. So we have more takers for bachelors when it comes to undergraduate studies, more of English. Norway doesn't have too many. They have very few English taught bachelor's programs. So when it comes to English taught bachelor's programs, it's more of Sweden and Finland. Finland has very good bachelor's programs taught in English. What I love about Finland, they again, country which ranks always very high, consistently #1. They have always been #1, #2 for overall quality of education by several surveys. Finland is one country where the teachers are paid highly. Teachers are among the highest paid professionals in the country. And you don't become a teacher just because you're qualified. Teachers are subjected to a test where they assess them for their passion and commitment and aptitude to teach children. So it's a country which has some of the best teachers in the world. Okay, and good number of English taught bachelor's programs, very safe. Again, once you finish your bachelor's programs, if you work there for 4 years, you can look at getting a permanent residency. Immigrant-friendly. Scandinavian countries are immigrant-friendly, especially Finland and Sweden has a good reputation for being having a better immigrant-friendly policies. Both Sweden and Finland, following your studies, if you work there for 4 years, you automatically, under the process of naturalization, qualify for PR. Okay, so immigrant-friendly at the same time, top-notch when it comes to quality of education. So if that is what, and again, relatively affordable. Say it will cost you just 9 to 12 lakhs per year fees. The fee is not too high. Affordability makes Europe a popular choice. So Scandinavia, if you look at the bachelors, it will be somewhere in the region of 9,000 euro to 12,000 euro. So it's relatively affordable when you compare it with many other destinations. The relative affordability also makes them very popular. Okay, yes, the weather, you have to get used to the long cold winters and long summers with daylight, long daylight summers. So that way it is different. The weather part is different and winters could be very, very cold. So that's something that students would have to get used to. But the number of international students increasingly opting Scandinavia is quite high lately in the last few years. And they've started charging tuition fees from international students. It used to be totally free for many years. It's been just few years since they started charging tuition fees. Now, Germany is the only country, Germany and Austria, these are the only countries where you can look at studying in the public universities without paying fees. But you need to have very good percentage to get an acceptance. You need to be proficient in German when it comes to Austria and Germany. So that becomes a requirement with the public universities. But there are state-accredited private universities and prestigious business schools where these requirements are not there because they have a lot of English taught programs. Germany and Austria, they offer a lot of English taught programs. And then, so Scandinavia, the good thing about Scandinavia is 90 to 95% of the population in Scandinavia, they speak fluent English. So language doesn't pose too much of a barrier when it comes to Scandinavia, and they have very good stays. Say Norway and Finland, they offer 2 years stay back. Denmark offers 3 years stay back. Sweden offers 1 year stay back. Netherlands offer 1 year stay back. Austria is again a fantastic study destination. So even students who go to Germany, sometimes they take up jobs in Austria, they can move. And the good thing about Schengen is you get to explore a variety of destinations. So while you're studying in Germany or Netherlands, you can even hop onto a bus or a train and travel to close to 24, 25 odd European countries. So that's quite an enriching experience. Students get to immerse in a variety of cultures, explore a variety of cultures. So all that makes quite an enriching, it provides a very enriching ecosystem for the student when it comes to building a global perspective. So that's the beauty and the best thing about studying in Europe, the kind of exposure you have to a variety of cultures, because Europe, it's like They behave like a single country. It's like India, I would say, different states with different cultures. So that's how Europe is. So there is a free movement among 25 odd countries, all these Schengen countries which fall under the Schengen zone. You can, even while you're studying in Netherlands, you can travel to Belgium, you can travel to Luxembourg, you can travel to Germany, you can travel to Italy, you can travel to Spain. There are so many countries that you can explore. And that's always something which kids love about. They can just even, there are people who even cycle to another country. They just go for a long cycling to another country while they're studying in another country, because they share border with, like if you look at Germany, they share border with around 9 European countries. So students who study there, they go to Czech Republic, they go to Switzerland, they go to Poland, they go to Denmark, they go to Sweden, they go to Finland. I mean, it's pretty common among students to travel and explore a variety of destinations. And again, these destinations, they're open to taking matured students who are in the 40s, 42, 45, 46. You can apply for a master's, take your family along. So they're quite open to taking in matured students as well. They have very good policies in that respect. Furthermore, there are smaller economies in Europe like Hungary, Bulgaria, Slovenia, Slovakia, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, where the tuition fee would be somewhere in the region of maybe 3,000 or 4,000 euro. It's quite affordable, quite economical. So, but these are small economies where the job prospects or the residency prospects may not be good. It's just for education. If you're looking at if you're wanting to study in a good university in a European country at a very affordable rate, you can look at studying there, but then most probably you will come back. So if you're not very particular or fixated about settling in that country, there are many good universities in these locations like Hungary, Slovenia, Slovakia, Latvia, Lithuania, where you can study for just 2,000 to 3,000 or 4,000 euros. So it's very, very affordable. Super affordable, I would say. I would put it that way. I've seen students even going to Czech Republic where it will cost just 1 lakh per year. So it is like 1,000 euro per year or less than 1,000 euro per year. Same thing in Italy also, they get to study it. If you choose a public university, it's very affordable. So yes, so there are a whole lot of such destinations, but learning the language becomes a challenge. Unless you are fluent in their language, getting part-time jobs might pose some challenges. It may not be easy when it comes to getting a full-time job. So when it comes to going to all these non-English speaking countries, learning a new language becomes an obstacle at times. So unless a student is willing to rise up to the challenge of learning a new language, settling or getting a full-time job in these non-English speaking countries would be always a challenge. So that's something that you have to be mindful of when you make your decision. Furthermore, there are many Asian countries which are again quite welcoming. Singapore is one of the preferred choices, especially for undergraduate studies because of the safety aspect. There's a lot of traction towards Singapore, and Singapore is home to a lot of top-notch universities, British and American universities who have their campuses there. A lot of Australian universities have their campuses there. A lot of British universities have their campuses there, wherein you can kickstart your studies in Singapore, study for 2 years, and the subsequent 2 years you can look at studying in Australia or UK or US. So many good university programs can be kick-started in Singapore. A very safe country where you can step out even late at night. It's absolutely safe for both the genders, irrespective of the gender. So Singapore continues to attract a lot of students for undergraduate studies, but it's not a country where you can look at prospects after studies. It's only as an education destination that I would endorse Singapore for, because they don't have any welcoming policy like stay back in the country after your studies. So in those aspects, it has not been very welcoming. Unless you're going to a public university in Singapore like NUS and NTU, one of those public institutions, they allow you to stay back for a year and seek employment. And there are very good government scholarships that students can look at applying, but very competitive. You need to have 95, 98%. Again, an early application as early as December, Jan, you have to lodge your application for the September intake. So highly selective, but then students with high percentage like 97 and 98 do get selected. Again, Malaysia is a good choice, but again, they don't have these attractions called stay back after studies. But we have a lot of students from certain regions showing a lot of interest. Again, a lot of foreign universities have their campuses in Malaysia. My preference would always be Singapore because of the safety aspect, but Malaysia, again, they have very good universities. They have a lot of foreign universities, campuses like Australian universities, British universities, even American universities. They have their campuses in Malaysia where students can look at kickstarting their education. But the cost of living, when you compare it with Singapore, it's much, much affordable. So that makes Malaysia quite attractive for some people because of the relative affordability when you compare it with Singapore. Okay, and of course, Dubai continues to be Dubai, and many of these Middle Eastern countries, Dubai has been very, very popular lately, especially for students from India because economy has picked up, economy is doing well, and a lot of foreign universities like American and Australian and British universities, many good universities have their campuses in Dubai, where again they can look at kickstarting their studies and then do their subsequent studies in the respective country and be eligible for the stay back. So that is it quickly. I mean, I just wanted to give you a quick gist. So when it comes to non-English speaking countries, when you choose, make sure your child is willing to learn a new language. Otherwise, your child is not going to be happy. English speaking countries have always been a safer choice, but there are kids who are willing, they love to learn languages, they're going to like it in Europe. Okay. So it's important that you weigh all those aspects. Early application is very important. Mentoring a child who is aspiring for top-notch universities right from 8th standard is crucial. Doing a thorough research about your proposed course is very, very important, especially when it comes to course ranking, course content, learning outcomes, career outcomes, additional accreditations and other value additions that the course calls for. Location is very important. If your child is a person who likes a city life, who likes to be in a vibrant place, it's very important you choose a university which is situated in a big city, which offers a very vibrant lifestyle. So very important that you do a bit of a research on the location, have a fair understanding about the location. So doing your research well is very, very important before you make up your mind. Okay, so at Santa Monica, our team is quite specialized in understanding the student, understanding the parent, what their needs are, identifying, even understanding how your finances are, and then suggesting courses across all these destinations. So these are the destinations which have been popular. Of course, Korea and Japan lately is gaining momentum, but they have fewer programs taught completely in English. So the number of programs which are taught entirely in English is very less. So that's the challenge that we are encountering. So I really wish Japan is again a fantastic destination. We've been repeatedly telling all these Japanese universities. So when it comes to undergraduate, it's predominantly Japanese, or else it's just one semester which is taught in English. So fully taught English programs are comparatively very less, except for few foreign universities who have initiated now. So the options are quite limited on an undergraduate level. Masters, again, I would say they just started. They've started offering more programs in English. So it's quite at a nascent stage. So there's a lot of traction for Japan and Korea lately. But I'm just hoping the universities there becomes more convenient for international students who are looking at studying in English. So at the moment, that's posing a bit of a challenge. But I do foresee them offering more and more English taught programs in the coming years. K-pop has become very popular, so that has made that's making Korea a popular choice of destination for many young people these days. So we are mindful of that, and we are in talks with many Korean and Japanese universities, encouraging them to offer the entire course in English. So hopefully, these countries would become popular in the coming years. Students are always looking for a variety. They're not very fixated on a particular destination. I mean, some would fancy Korean, some would fancy Japanese, some are happy with the cliched, those cliched destinations where there are a lot of immigration prospects. So there should be options for all kinds of people. So it is, of course, there. And so that is it quickly from my part in terms of insight and perspective. If you have any questions, feel absolutely free to shoot your questions. More than happy to take your questions. At Santa Monica, we have a large team specialized in admissions, visas. We even take care of your accommodation, post-landing. We are very much involved in the post-landing support. We take care of your child's accommodation once they land there. We provide a lot of subsidies, discounts on the tickets as well, because we are an ITA licensed agency. We have our tours and travels. So we take care of the entire process, but I always say, you're equally important when it comes to the research. We are happy to orient and guide you regarding the pros and cons of each country so that you set your expectations more realistically. We want the parents and the students to, set their expectations more realistically, be aware of the flip side, not just the attractions, the pros and cons, evaluate the pros and cons, deep dive and do a thorough research before you finalize your choice. We are happy to orient you and guide you with the entire process. When it comes to the nitty-gritty of admissions, nitty-gritty of visas, we even offer mentoring for SOP preparation, essay preparation. We offer mentoring for credibility interviews which are conducted by the universities, visa interviews, which is pretty common with most of the countries. Again, from a visa perspective, you have to present things in a very effective manner, in the right manner from a visa perspective. So those are areas where we have the expertise, and we are more than happy to do the hand-holding and guide you to make a very good application. Okay, so this is what we've been doing. I would say it's been a very gratifying experience over the last 20 years, mentoring students and talking to parents, and I still continue to, with full passion, enjoy this experience of connecting with parents and connecting with students. And you learn so much from the parents, They think differently, kids think differently. Sometimes matching the parents' aspiration and the kids' aspiration becomes a challenge. They come with these status quo factors, they have this fancy for certain disciplines and occupations, but the child would be wanting to do something entirely different from what the parent would be aspiring for them. So those are things that we have experienced, but lately, what we've been seeing in the last 5 years, parents have become more accommodating, more accepting, more understanding, supporting their child in making his decisions. So those are good changes, a lot of positive changes that we've been seeing in recent times. So that's it from my end. Thank you so much. So Santa Monica would be very delighted to support you in guiding you, orienting you, and servicing you with this entire process, and we look forward to connecting with you for any of these queries pertaining to your child's overseas education needs. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and thank you so much for giving me a patient listening. If you have any questions, more than happy to take your questions. Any doubts, anything that you would like me to touch upon? I'm sorry, did you say anything? Okay. You're right. That's right. Yeah.
So is it correct? Finished.
It's okay. Yeah, I got it. Yes, I would say right from 8th standard. See, what they look at is, now let me give you a clue what the top-notch universities look for. What trait they look for in the personality of your child. When you're applying to a top-notch university, they want students who are highly driven, highly determined. So whether there is a streak in your character which you can demonstrate, where your child has been consistently and persistently performing and improving his graph over the past 5 years. So that quality is very much appreciated by them. Okay, so many a times what parents do is they try to put their child, they give them maximum exposure, they enroll their children in a variety of activities. So rather than dabbling in a variety of activities, make sure you identify, by the time your child is in 8th standard, identify which area he's strong. So maybe he's good in playing piano, or maybe he's good with, some sports. Okay, identify what his strengths are, and then encourage him to focus on that particular field from 8th standard to 12th standard. So until 8th standard, you're trying to figure out what is it that your child is able to perform exceptionally well. By the time your child is in 8th standard, you should be able to figure out, okay, this is what he's good at. Now let him focus on that. Maybe he's good in playing chess, maybe he's good with football or soccer or whatever, any game that he's very good at. Identify and then get him to focus from 8th to 12th. You should be able to demonstrate his progress. And it shows that he's driven, If he is driven, if he is passionate, with his, he would invest his full heart and soul to achieve his goal. So that is highly appreciated by all the selective schools. So get them to focus. Many a times we see parents, oh, my child is good in this, my child is good in this. He's a jack of all trades, but he's master of none. He has not performed exceptionally well in a particular field. So he's not focused. So top universities want students who are determined, very focused, highly driven. And this quality can be demonstrated only through this. Any more questions from anybody here? Any quick doubts, anything that you wish to know about a particular country? You seem to be wanting to ask me something. I kind of feel there is something that you want to check with me. Yes? Anybody here? Are you curious to know about any policy changes prevailing in any of these countries that I talked about? No? Or do you want a one-to-one session? You prefer a more comfortable one-to-one rather than talking over the mic? Is that what you prefer? Okay. I am at your disposal to take questions. I'm going to be around. So if you wish to talk to me or ask me anything in person, privately, I'm more than happy to talk. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very good evening, all of you. Thank you, Nancy, very much, because she came down from India today morning only for this session, and she is moving to Berlin today night for another conference. That's kind of schedule she have. So thank you very much for her presence. And I'm sure you may be thinking, why should we think now? I'm sure your children are there. Don't worry, they are completing their exam now. Still, there is a lot of competitions going on. They are getting a lot of prizes now. They are enjoying that. You don't worry about it. And why we are interacting with you, the session will be over again after 1 hour. Then that time, there is an evaluation happening. Immediately after that, their prizes will be declared here. They may be grabbing a lot of good prizes, including big cash prizes. You can see that, a lot of certificates. There's a lot of dignitaries also joining here, including from Education Ministry, a lot of ambassadors. A lot of people are joining here. Maybe because of their presence motivate them well. So don't worry, your children are safe. But we thought anyway, you are sitting, ideally, in that case, of course, you need to get an idea about it. But you may be thinking about why now thinking about UG, PG and all, maybe masters and all. Because I'm sure your children maybe on 7th or 8th grade, maybe 9th grade, 11th grade. Usually we parents are thinking, they need to think at the time of maybe +2. At least maybe after 10th grade, we may be thinking about their future studies and career. There is a small mistake. That is what we are discussing here. That is why we are in Bahrain. That is what we are doing across the globe. More than 40 countries, the same thing we are doing. With more than 1,000 universities, same thing we are doing. So there, actually, we need to prepare the students now itself. I think Nancy was telling about very clearly. We need to build their dreams right now. We need to help them how to achieve that dream. Okay, I'll come back. You all know actually what's the objective of education. You all know that because you all are settled here in Bahrain. It's a beautiful country. Maybe from different other country or other ways you may be born and brought up here. But I'm sure you're settled. But moving forward, now your lifestyle is totally different than when you were doing your UG. And now your dreams are to make them better than that. That's why you may be thinking about top-notch universities across the globe, anywhere in the, it may not be in Bahrain. Of course, Bahrain, they have a lot of good education institutions. But still, people are looking different options. And your children are very smart. They will come up with a lot of ideas. I'm 100% sure. You may not be, sometimes you may be surprised from where they are getting this kind of knowledge. And they will come up with a lot of ideas about different country, different courses, different careers, different dreams, whatever. What we are trying to tell you is how they can achieve it and how can you help them for that. Yes, now your child may be in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade or any grade. Understand one thing. That's what Naisi was very clearly telling the same thing. Find out their potential, find out their interest and help them to achieve their dreams. How can we do that? That is very important. Most of the time parents' dreams are always about the child and they are working for the child and always privilege is going to the parents' dream. But of course, we need to respect their dreams, their interests, their potential, their passion, everything. So that's why you may sow some kind of programs here in between. You may sow another brand that is Vedhik AI Schools. Yes, Santa Monica and Vedhik AI School sister concerns. And we are always preparing students to enhance their competency. To write the competitive exams or to help them to write maybe different parameters. You know very well that to get into a university may not be only because of their academic qualifications or their academic excellence. It's always monitored by different perspective and different parameters. That's why we always help the students from the school level to enhance their competency to find their career through a premium university. That's why we all are helping them to write any competitive exams, right? So when you are thinking about a competitive exam, you know very well, it is something apart from that, something different, that their academic skills. That's why we call it as competitive exams. There it is purely their competency level is going to be monitored. So I'll give you a small structure on it, and before that I'll tell you what's the objective of Vedhik Pentathlon. It's an education Olympiad, you know very well. And what's the objective of an Olympiad? Is to find and assess their competency level. We need to understand where we are, then only we can grow well. So objective of Olympiads is even always finding their competency level. Then again help them to improve their competency. You know your schools are very good. And they are very good to help the students to improve their academic skills. But only because of academic skills, they may not be entered in a premium university. I'm talking about, I saw a lot of inquiry coming for IIT, JEE, NEET kind of Indian students, and some other competitive exam inquiries are coming. Dear friend, my question is, why don't you think about Oxford, Stanford, Harvard, Cambridge? There's a lot of top-notch universities in the world. And Naizima was talking to you about Ivy League universities, Saffold, everything. So understand, to get into that kind of university is not easy immediately after +2 and simply apply. There we need to improve your competency from the school level. So that is why we design a lot of programs for the students with a lot of activities. It will not disturb their academics. Of course, academics are very important. There is a lot of activity-based training programs going on, like quiz programs, Olympiad, a lot of mock exams, interview skills, a lot of things going on in the sessions. So dear friends, why we are talking to you? We know you all are young parents with young kids. But why we are talking to you is very simple. Try to give them beautiful, otherwise I have to say, very strong determination and a burning desire to achieve their goals. you can also help them for that because you know better than anybody. Because it's a matter of your children. So you'll be very serious on that. But sometimes you need little inputs what is happening globally. Because we need to prepare the students for a global arena. And they have to become a global citizen nowadays. So that is what the objective. Here we start the process with always an aptitude test to understand their potential, strength, weakness, everything. And our counselors will tell you in which area we have two kinds of potential. One is our own inborn potential. We have a lot of inborn talents because you parents are very smart. So your children have their own inborn talents. I'm sure about it. But understand one thing, they have your own, because you know your exposure and what you are. So of course your children will be very good. But again, they need a lot of acquired skills to perform in this world. They need a lot of acquired skills and talent to perform in front of any university to get into that. And once they got a premium university admission, almost 90%, it is done. Their career is done. You all know that. When we are talking to you, you need to understand what we are. Last 28 years, we started this company with only civil service coaching. That means we are creating officers last 28 years. If you ask me, more than 8,000 officers. And every year, especially in India, more than 50% of civil servants molded by us. That is what the confidence to help them. Because, you know, Indian civil service exam is one of the toughest in the world. Nearly 13 lakhs people writing the exam. Out of that, 1,000 plus students only getting it. So you can understand. 13,000 means it's 13,000. I'm talking 100,000 students writing exam. And even NEET exam or IIT, JEE, whatever. Nearly 2,500,000 people writing. Hardly 18,000 seats. Understand, premium universities like maybe Cambridge, you may not be dreaming like that. That is the issue. You can dream like that because your children is so good. They are better than anybody to get into that. Hardly 60,000 application form. Out of that, they are getting 3,000, 4,000 seats. Comparatively easy. But the problem is, they need to understand how to apply, how to write the SOPs, how to attend the interviews, everything. And sometimes try to understand, these universities are giving 100% scholarships. You may think how it is. Sometimes they are giving their accommodation expense, travel expense, everything. You may think how? Because as you know, premium universities are always focusing in their research division. And their research area, they are creating lot of patents. And this university, simply you can Google it, how many patents for Cambridge, Oxford, Stanford, Harvard, Edinburgh, whatever. Simply search it. From that patents, they are getting a lot of money and they will again reinvesting into the human resources. That's why they are looking for only good brains, not for they're not looking in their pocket or their parents' pocket. So for that, usually the process from the school level, maybe 7th grade onwards, the students are going to prepare themselves to enhance their competency to crack any competitive exams later. Understand one thing, nowadays after their higher secondary, they need to write, mandatory, they need to write one competitive exam to get into any kind of university. Either it's a competitive exam, or it's an interview, or it is something like an essay writing or SOP writing, whatever. They need to be trained for that. But you cannot come out in a day because it's something like coming directly from the brain or through the textbook they are coming and going to write it. That has to be inculcated with their culture, habit, everything. They're actually basically what they need is students need to understand and students need to think in a different level. There they can talk from their heart. There they can achieve their goals. So we need to give them proper guidance to be determined And we need to help them how to burn their desire. There only students can achieve it. So the program actually, why we are, of course, thank God now we are in Bahrain also. We are in almost majority of the country, we are doing the same thing. But we got an invitation from the government to come and do the same thing. So that's why we are here. That's why these all dignitaries are ready to join with us. So dear friends, this is actually the first step for a long journey. One Olympiad, maybe like this, many Olympiads, many activities, giving a lot of praises. This is simply to inspire them. That's it, to motivate them to come and understand their potential, not our potential. When you are conducting an exam or quiz program, actually, quiz master is not going to understand that what is the potential. The potential, the students are going to realize that what I am. Once they got an idea, once they get a confidence, of course, they will try. At least once they will try for that. The matter of two things, the matter of guidance, the matter of how hand-holding some mentors, and the matter of understanding what they are, where they want to reach. So the process starts from this kind of maybe Olympiads or some other activity. Then the second thing is an aptitude test. It will be a psychometric aptitude test to understand their potential. And their parents can also join at the time of counseling, because end of the day, students need to understand what is their child and how they will perform and what exactly their interests and where they are looking for their career goals. And basically, how to build the career is, if you have some potential, if you have some interest, please do or please fix their careers, little matching with that. Then they will enjoy it. Once they enjoy the career only, they can perform it. They can be most productive. Then only they can reach the entire career ladder to the top, because they are enjoying it. For an example, somebody is very much creative and parents are telling them to go for engineering. No problem. Or the society can ask them to go for engineering. What's the problem? But if they are very creative, the very important thing is which branch is always important. It should not be a chemical engineering. It is something like architecture or something like automobile designing, something related to that. So what we always suggest, understand the potential of the child and help them to find their career. Find the roadmap towards a career. And what's our responsibility? I have also 2 children. I don't want to say children like that. They are working now. Okay. But of course, for us always, they are kids. But we need to help them with their own interest. And that is our responsibility to find also. Then only we can help them, right? So this is what basically the program called Global Skill Enhancement Program is doing. We help them, the students, to understand themselves. And we help them, the students, acquire more knowledge and skills related to their potential. And it's a day-to-day practice. And it will be online, offline activities are there. So that is what happening continuously for a year. I don't want to say years. It may start from 7th grade, 8th grade, 12th grade. But in the 11th grade itself, they can try to apply for premium universities. Once they are doing their UG, understand, let them study with their own skills. Let them grab the 100% scholarship and enjoy it. And we are parents always happy to help them with a lot of whatever the support system. But allow them to perform as a student. Find themselves which career, which campus, which location, where they want to live, how they want to live. This is what you can do and what this organization will do. We will help them through the schools or this kind of activities. We will always help them to grab the opportunities and find beautiful careers in their life. Simply speaking, objective of education is a successful and happy life in this world. In that case, we are helping them to do that last so many years. If you ask me, Last 28 years I'm doing this. So we hope we can mentor and we can guide them properly. Thank you very much, all of you. Again, thank you very much. Students are completing their exam now, and they may be coming up with a lot of gifts, and they will join with you. After that, again, here also, there is a lot of announcements waiting for them. And I hope that is in the presence of successful persons makes a lot of sense. They need to understand that moment or kind of that occasion give them a lot of inspirations in their life. That is what the objective. Thank you very much. Please enjoy. And I'm so sorry. Again, it may take half an hour, and your children may be free after half an hour, and they may join with you. Thank you very much. Again, I am inviting once again back here for the closing ceremony to receive these all awards by your children. Thank you very much. God bless you.
All here after this very exciting day, which is coming to an end. And we would like to welcome you all here today. And we're just waiting for a couple of minutes for our guests to arrive, and then we'll be starting. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, respected principals, educators, students, and parents, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and welcome to a truly historic event, Vedhik Pentathlon 2024. Welcome. Today we gather to witness the extraordinary, the largest educational Olympiad in the Middle East, ladies and gentlemen. This Olympiad is more than just a competition. It is a celebration of the spirit of learning, resilience, and excellence shared by over 5,000 students from schools across Bahrain. It is truly an honor to be here with you today as we mark this momentous occasion. So welcome once again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are deeply honored to be joined by esteemed leaders and supporters, those who contributed, and they have invaluable contribution to this event's success. We want to take a moment to acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen, those who are with us here today. Honorable Member of Parliament, Her Excellency Dr. Maryam Al-Da'in, Vice President of Honorable Member of Parliament, His Excellency Ahmed Al-Salloum, Vice President of Asian Parliamentary Assembly, Honorable Member of Parliament, His Excellency Mohammed Janahi, the dear Ambassadors, Your Excellencies, His Excellency Yusuf Yaqub Luri, Director of Information and Follow of the U.S. Department Capital Governorate, Mr. Babu Sebastian, Chancellor of Vedhik Group of Companies, Mr. Boban Thomas, Chairman and Managing Director of Bobscon Holdings, Mr. Denny Thomas, Veta Connell, Chairman and Managing Director of Santa Monica Study Abroad, Mr. James Matam, CEO of Vedhik Group of Companies, Mr. C.M. Juliet, CEO of Peak International, and all our dear and distinguished guests. Thank you very much for your presence and support. Now, to give everyone a glimpse into the journey, vision, and impact of our organizing partners, we would like to present a short video. This presentation that you will see, ladies and gentlemen, highlights the story of Bobsco Educational, Santa Monica Study Abroad, and Vedhik AI schools, showcasing their mission, values, and the many ways in which they empowered students to achieve academic and professional excellence on a global scale. So let us all take a look at this video.
Welcome to Vedhik Pentathlon 2024, the largest educational Olympiad in the Middle East. A historic event in education backed by EDB, Tamkeen and Hope Talents.
My expectation for education in Bahrain is to promote education on the furthest level. We are looking to make the education much higher than what it is now. Thanks for the Ministry of Education is actually working very hard in promoting education by using different aspects of reaching education. If we improve the education is like the foundation. You know, if you build a house, it has to have a foundation. For everything, that you are trying to do now in this time of the world, it's based on education. If we connect education to economy, obviously, if I have a good education, then I will have good brains, good people to think for future. So it's all connected. So instead, of me going abroad and spending all my money abroad, I can have this education here, based here. We are building that foundation here, so that will save a lot of money going abroad, so it will utilize within the country itself. Again, we will give the example for the other students in the country to see that an example, and they will get into those programs. Again, we are looking to bring the surrounding countries, for example the neighboring countries. If we are becoming the hub and the good foundation, we will see a lot of students from around the neighboring countries coming to us. Again, if we have a good reputation in education, we will see international students coming. So far we do have that, we have a lot of international students coming for our private universities and schooling, but we would like to make that even more. We would like to make Bahrain outstanding when it comes to education. So this is what we are looking for. Bahrain is setting an example, but we would like the new generation, the upcoming generation, to become more aware of that. And I think, with the initiatives of the Ministry of Education and Dr. Mohammed Jama, it's a big shift for education here in Bahrain. We see that a lot of international, institutions as well, they are eager to become part of the education hub in Bahrain. As a parliamentarian, I will always try to push for education, because this is our future, and we would like to see more and more of those educational hubs, institutions, universities, international schools coming here in Bahrain. So today, I am happy to say that I am someone who is really putting this forward. I am trying to insist in my parliamentarian session this year for more educational approach, not just in Bahrain and international. We would like to push for more of these, different initiatives, and hopefully to see more coming.
The alignment between national aspirations and the vision of Bobsco Edu is clear. Leaders in Bahrain had a dream, and Bobsco Edu, in collaboration with Vedhik AI Schools and Santa Monica Study Abroad, is helping to bring that dream to life through Vedhik Pentathlon 2024 and other educational initiatives. Vedhik AI Schools is a pioneering platform providing top-tier competitive exam coaching and competency enhancement programs for over 24 years. Our mission is to empower students with the tools they need to excel. Our services include aptitude tests, competitive exam prep, soft skills training, career guidance, language development, extracurricular training, mock exams, and performance hacks. Santa Monica Study Abroad has been guiding and mentoring students for 28 years, helping them secure admissions in premium universities across 40+ countries like Oxford University, Northumbria University, University of Cambridge, University of Queensland, University of Sydney and University of New South Wales, and many more. Our services range from study abroad counseling, course advice, and university application processing, to scholarship assistance and comprehensive value-added services. We also offer overseas education loan assistance, flight bookings, accommodation, pre-departure guidance, airport pickup, and relocation services. Bobsco Edu, in collaboration with Vedhik AI Schools and Santa Monica Study Abroad, is making the vision of tomorrow a reality today. Together, we're building the future, one student at a time.
Wow, what an inspiring journey and a remarkable achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, now to officially welcome you to this momentous occasion, I'd like to invite the CEO of Vedhik Group of Companies to deliver the welcoming address. Now, his vision and commitment to educational excellence have been instrumental in bringing this event to life. So please join me in welcoming Mr. James Mattam with a round warm of applause.
Your Majesties, Your Excellencies, dignitaries, dear parents and my sweet children. Of course, it's a proud privilege to be here to talk about something Vedhik Pentathlon and what's the objective of this and what will be the outcome later. Dear friends, Vedhik Pentathlon is an event to assess your competency and help you, guide you, mentor you to achieve your career goals, to achieve higher education in premium universities, to help you from school level itself, very much to mold yourself with the support and guidance from highly experienced and expertised team members. And we are so happy and delighted to be here because of His Excellency Yusuf Yaqub Lori, who came to India and invited us, come, do something for the people of Bahrain. When I am saying people of Bahrain, I do believe this country, I know there is a lot of expats sitting here with their children. This country gives you food, shelter, education. Yes, that means this is your mother country. Because usually mother gives us this. So when whatever mother gives us, that one country is giving, we have to have the commitment for that. Dear friends, especially students, we will help you to fly high on the top of the world. But again, this is our request. Find your best universities, including whichever you saw here, with scholarships and to become a scholar through the top-notch universities across the globe. And again, come back to the country and serve the country because this country gives you everything. So dear friends, we believe this is a first step towards a long journey with you all. We are here to help you all, especially the children, to understand themselves with a lot of process, including aptitude test, career guidance programs, test preparations, everything. My duty is to welcome the gathering. Dear friends, really speaking, I am confused. There is a galaxy of dignitaries sitting in front of me. So that's why I would like to at least consider this moreover a welcome, as a thanks, as a gratitude from the bottom of our heart. Because Honorable Member of Parliament, Her Excellency, Dr. Mariam Aldain, he saw the video actually. A dynamic lady, I have to say an amazing lady who is always inspiring us to do something for this country. There is now an emotional lock to work for this country. And to be frank with you, Only because of Her Excellency, we designed this program, start with a mega event for this country, for the children of this country, for the education system of this country. Dear friends, amazingly, the response was 6,826 students registered for this event. Now, we are starting with the phase 1. Again, to managing the crowd. So again, that's why this is going to be conducted in 4 phases in different parts of Bahrain, in association with universities and schools. I do believe that is what the blessing of Dr. Mariam and His Excellency Yusuf Yaqub Lori. So dear friends, I would like to welcome, I don't know how can I welcome to a family member to the again family, but still, as my part of my duty, Her Excellency, Dr. Mariam Al-Dain. Warm welcome to this wonderful event. We do have Honorable Member of Parliament, His Excellency Mohammad Janai. This is again a proud privilege as a dynamic person like you be with us. Welcome, sir. And His Excellency Yusuf Yaqub. Again, the problem is welcoming you. I have to say our big brother, not age-wise, but heart-wise, you are the big brother for all of us who all are sitting here. I know very well. Because in Bahrain, wherever we go for any event, you are the celebrity and you are the heart, because people love and affection is always with you. Why? Because you have such a wonderful heart. And you are so lovely, so amazing personality. On behalf of the entire gathering, sir, welcome you to this wonderful moment. And again, there is a lot of ambassadors and representatives of different country. It's actually an honor and privilege. I'm sorry, it's a lot of people and people are waiting such a long time. So I am concluding in a different way. From the bottom of our heart, dear all excellencies, on behalf of this entire crowd of Bahrain and other country, we are expressing our sincere thanks for your presence and welcome you all for this beautiful moment. And again, there is a lot of principals representing all the schools from Bahrain and other country. There's a lot of other dignitaries, delegates, friends, I have to say celebrities. So welcome you all to this wonderful event. I know most important is the parents who came here at 1:30, 2 o'clock. Until now, you are here with your children for 2 reasons. You love your children and you have a lot of dreams about your children. Dear students, this is what your understanding has to happen. Because of their love and affection, they are here for you to find a wonderful career for you or to find a beautiful future for you. So my dear parents, thank you very much for your presence, and officially I am welcome you all for this extraordinary event. Again, the most important stars of the day, our dear students. You can see there is a lot of appreciations waiting for you. There is a lot of dignitaries are ready to appreciate you only because of your performance, only because of your attitude to come and compete here, to become a global citizen. So I appreciate your attitude, I appreciate your presence, and I wish you all the very best for coming years to achieve many, many things in your life. So once again, my dear students, welcome you all for this amazing event. And I don't want to say welcome, but before I leave from the dais, I should say thanks. My whole team members, last so many days, working hard to make a memorable moment for the country. My all team members, teachers, mentors, friends, brothers, partners, directors, chancellors, presidents, everybody. This is actually, I'm expressing my gratitude, but of course my duty is different. So welcome you all once again to this wonderful event. Again, my media friends, a lot of people sitting here. So thanks a lot. Your presence is always precious for us. And welcome you all for a beautiful event. Thank you very much and God bless you all. Thank you.
Well, and thank you very much, Mr. James Matam, for being here with us, and thank you very much for your noble sentiments and for your empowering words and for your warm welcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are also very privileged to have with us today the Honourable Member of Parliament, Her Excellency Dr. Maryam Al-Da'an, a tireless advocate for educational development. Now, her commitment to nurturing young talent and driving academic excellence is truly inspiring. So please join me in welcoming on stage Her Excellency Dr. Maryam Al-Da'an.
My dear friends and colleagues, I am really glad to be here today, and I thank you all for the time that you've given for this occasion. It's a very memorable occasion for Bahrain, especially with the number that we have, accumulated today. It is a number that I am trying to push for Guinness record because I don't think any country has reached this number so far. I'm really pushing for education. Education is something in my blood. Education is something in my heart. Without education, we cannot move forward. Excellence in education comes hand to hand. Everything comes together. And I think with all you being here today and the numbers that we accumulated today, we have seen that every one of you, every student here is looking to have a better future. A better future means a better us, a better Bahrain. So I am really thanking you all. I will not make this any longer because I think my member here and my friend, Mr. Matam, has given everything that we are all wanted to say. But I would like just to send my final thanks to all the head of missions and their representative here in Bahrain to support us and all the supporters that have been supporting this program. I think this is going to be a wonderful night for all the students and their parents and for us. And thank you, Bahrain. Bahrain has deserved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your warm welcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are also privileged today to have a leader whose vision and contributions have set a benchmark in the new business world. Mr. Babu Sebastian, Chancellor of Vedhik Group of Companies, has constantly demonstrated an exceptional commitment to excellence, innovation, and growth. It is indeed an honor to invite him on stage to deliver the presidential address. Please join me in welcoming him.
Your Excellencies, most respected guests from various nations, teachers, parents, and dear students. First of all, may I take this opportunity to extend our deep gratitude to all the eminent leaders from this nation and also all the ambassadors representing various nations across the world. And also I would like to congratulate the students who participated in the mega event and to compete with others. The competition is really not physical one, it is an intellectual one. And our mission is to enable each and every student to encounter their place in the most competitive job market across the globe. Wish you all success. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Babu, for your words. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have a lot of supporters and sponsors and delegates from all over that without them, this would not have been possible. So we would like to give a token of appreciation to our dear embassies who are with us here today. If I may call Her Excellency Dr. Maryam Al-Dhan on stage for honoring the embassies that we have here with us today. So thank you very much, starting off with the Embassy of Bangladesh. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Now the French Embassy. The Italian Embassy. And the Thai Embassy. Is the Thai Embassy represented here? Okay, well, we would like to give them a warm thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, now we come to the moment of honoring the young achievers, of course, the winners of Vedhik Pentathlon Olympiad. These remarkable students have distinguished themselves through their knowledge and skills across 5 key areas: English, mathematics, social science, general knowledge, and science. Today, we're proud to recognize the winners from 3 distinct categories. If I may have the names of the winners, of course. Now, we have the Best Performer Award from all the categories together. I'm just waiting for the names as they took time to find the winners. So I guess the moment of anticipation where we've reached the moment of truth. the sponsors? Okay. Okay, they're still finalizing, so we're moving on to honoring the sponsors. I do hope you stay with us for just moments, dear parents and students. Well, thank you very much to our sponsors. We'd like to honor Dar al-Shifa Medical Center. Oasis Mall, Bahrain. Oasis Mall. Sport Hub. Adari Park. Okay. Via Cloud. iPoint. First Motors. Hyundai. This is via cloud. Hyundai. AKP Bahrain. Good Cause Bahrain Group. Matikas Guardians. Nav Baharat. The Guardians. The Guardians. Jain University. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think Mr. James Matam has a surprise for us, so we'll invite him on stage and then we'll come back to announce the winners. Mr. James, the floor is yours.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I would like to invite Her Excellency Dr. Maria Mathani to the dais, and our dear friend and brother and whatever, I don't know. Please come. His Excellency Yusuf Yaqub Lori and His Excellency Member of Parliament MP Mohammad Janoin, Bosco Group Chairman Mr. Boban Thomas, Vedhik Group of Institutions Academic Chancellor Dr. Babu Sebastian, Synergy Technologies Chief Operating Officer Mr. Jojo, Pekka International CEO Juneed. For a wonderful moment, my dear friends, this event is declared as the Asia Book of Records as the largest education Olympiad in Asia. Yes. Thank you very much, all my dear children. You all are the part of an Asia Book of Record, and you all are getting the certificates of Asia Book of Records in your name. Even the most student, I don't know, there's a lot of strategic partner schools also there. They all are receiving a certificate from Asia Book of Records. Thank you very much once again. I would like to invite all excellencies representing all embassies, please come forward to the dais to be the part of this historic moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have our winners, and I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting. I know it's been a very long day, and there's been a lot of anticipation. Now we're announcing first, category 3, best performer. In category 3, and of course there are cash prizes, which you are all aware. Please, let's all give a round of applause to congratulate Mohammed Abdelaziz in category 3. Student Mohammed Abdelaziz. Your Excellency, Dr. Maryam and Yusuf. Mohammed has won a cash prize of 1,000 Bahraini dinar. Now, Mohammed Abdelaziz, of course, got the top score of all students. He's the top performing student. So congratulations, indeed. If his parents are here, may we please invite them on stage as well for the group photo? Are you guys here? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us then announce the second top. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it right, but I'll try. Rana Redla. Rana Redla. Something close? Chana Redla, maybe it's a wrong letter? No? No? I don't know. Is this R or C? B? It's a B. Bana Redla? Okay, Bhanarredla. No? Okay, so maybe it's someone that left, but we'll find them and we'll give them the prize. Announcing the third, Edward Matisol Tangog. Edward, congratulations. Come. His parents as well, please. One by one? Those are, of course, are not our only winners, as we have the subject toppers as well. So in each subject, we have the top performing students. So I'm going to call them out one by one. Please, if you hear your name, congratulations, can come on over. GK Adisadi Elvinus. Okay. So Adisadi LV. Is that you? No? Is that you, Adisadi? No. Abu Bakr Mafaz. In general knowledge, Abu Bakr Mafaz. Congratulations, Abu Bakr and Kerabi Solon. We would like to welcome, of course, Member of Parliament Excellency Ahmed Al-Saloom. Welcome on board. So, Kerabi Solon, congratulations. So now we move on to math. So in math, category 3, the winner is, or the one with the top score, Abdurrahman El-Ababni. Yeah. Maths category 3. Congratulations, Abdurrahman. In maths category 1, Tejas Chauhan. Tejas Chauhan. Tejas Chauhan. Congratulations, Tejas. In category 2, Gargi Mahita. Gargi Mahita. Okay, so Gargi Mahita Kandikatla is the winner, category 2, maths. We'll find him, don't worry. Now we move on to science. In science category 1, Gunjan Pal. Congratulations. Come on stage, Gunjan. Category 1 in science. Category 2 Science, Vihan Kedar Pandey. Congratulations, Vihan. And Category 3 Science, Sriram Panir Selvam. Sriram. Science Category 3, Sriram Panir Selvam. Not here? Are you here? Well, congratulations. I want to try to read one more time the best performance in Category 2. The actual name is Rachna Redla. Are you here? Rachana or Rachna Redla? No, it's okay. We'll find you some other time. So, ladies and gentlemen, we move to social. Category 1, Muhammad Hassin. Category 1, social. Muhammad Hassin, is that you? Yeah, congratulations. Category 1, social. Category 2, Fariz Ainuddin. Fariz Ainuddin. That's you? Congratulations. Category 2. Now Category 3, social. Kelsey Annie Pilayson. Now for English. The names are coming. Just a few moments. So category 2 in English, Anika Jivish. Anika Jivish. Anika? Oh, hi. Congratulations. Category 2 English. And category 1 in English, Francesca Luisis. Category 1 English, Francesca. Congratulations. And category 3 English, Samuel Clarine Aguilar. Well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We've reached to the end. We would like to call for a group picture. If I may invite all the dignitaries back on stage for a group picture and all the winners as well. If we may have all the winners on stage as well to join the group picture. Thank you very much. Congratulations and have an amazing evening.
شتاء السعودية وصل. شتاء أطول كل سنة. وهالسنة معهم 100 ليلة، لأن كل ليلة فيه ب1000 ليلة. فعالياته ما تنتهي، وكل فعالية حكاية. حكايات موسم الرياض من كل
Thank you, dear students. Thank you, winners. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we leave, we would like to give a token of appreciation to the Bahrain Association for Parents of the Disabled and their friends. And I would like to call the embassies and the dignitaries on stage for another group photo. Please, if you can join us on stage. There's also a token of appreciation to Lubna and Richa. Thank you very much.
Lavis. Adi Sandeep Lavis, category 1 GK winner. GK subject wise topper, right?
Yeah.
It's a very difficult name.
ID Sunday from the general knowledge. Do we have ID Sunday, the student? Oh, congratulations.
Everyone taking photo of them. Thank you so much. Really sorry for the mix-up.
Sure, it was very last minute.
Well, thank you so much.